Well, it's football Friday night, and our game of the week here is the El Campo Ricebirds against the Bay City Black Cats. It's going to be in Bay City, cloudy skies, game time temperature 78 degrees. That's pretty reasonable. Winds are gentle, fairly quiet out of the north at about 10 miles an hour, but there is no rain in sight, folks. It just looks cloudy. Now, here's the big stuff. Very busy weekend for a lot of people. First of all, we have the Red River Showdown. I know they changed the name on it, but it's the big Texas OU game. Sunny, mild, 70 degrees at game time with a north wind at 13 miles an hour. And then there also happens to be a little game at Kyle Field with a couple 500,000 of some of my friends. It's sunny, cool, 67 northeast winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Perfectly, actually you could call it a perfect football weekend because it's going to feel fresh and very comfortable. Now, right about now, it feels better, but the cloud deck makes it look like it's gloomy. With the cloud decks coming in from another side of the Pacific, you can see how it's all drifting in from the west, rolling into our area. But in terms of precipitation, there's nothing happening here. There's a little bit of rain out in the mountains of northern Mexico, but for us, it'll be a dry night and a fairly dry weekend. In fact, it's going to be a drier weekend because we've got another little front coming through. Now, notice the temperatures. These are tonight's lows, which will get us down to about 69. In the 50s, the low temperatures in far west Texas. Tomorrow, while we get up to only 77 as opposed to 83, which is what we did today, and all of the state is going to be finally feeling fine October weather. Can you believe it? Makes me feel like going to Worst Fest or something like that. Anyway, the big storm that's in the Great Lakes brought us the first front. That came through with all the big rain. That one's all the way down into Florida. This second little front is actually going to cause some breezy, dry winds to blow in. It's a northerly wind, and then you can see how the front will be through here to about tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon or even at noontime, you'll feel a fairly stiff breeze. Now, it's not a high wind, but it is a gusty wind, and it'll be on the breezy side. Then high pressure comes in, and your Sunday is going to be spectacular. In fact, if you're not watching football, I'd be out in the backyard, maybe grilling a little bit. We've got very active Pacific right now. A lot of that moisture is being streamed up over on top of us. But in terms of us, we can say goodbye to summertime, finally. Anyway, on the Atlantic, we have Philippe. Philippe is finally going to move ashore somewhere over Maine as a tropical storm. Not a major problem, but it's still active out there. If you happen to have a chance to get out to do fishing, now this is very important. Your sunrise, 7:24. Your sundown, 7 o'clock, getting earlier. But the important thing is that the winds will be out of the northeast, and they'll be getting gusty, probably 15, 25 knots. So that's going to make the bays a little choppy and the seas a little rougher than normal for us. So we're looking at your day planner, 70 in the morning, only 78 the high in Port Lavaca. And then tomorrow in Cuero, 67 the low, 75 the high temperature. So that dry line comes in here, 77. Beautiful Sunday, not bad on Monday. Clouds return and slightly warmer temperatures until the next front comes in, probably 7 days from now on Friday of next week. That is your 7-day forecast. Want to remind everybody, do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that and put Crossroads Today on your phone. Toss it back to James and Karina.